seen them hate when I was down. They never thought that I would blow up and get them rags.
Another day, another banger, man. Subscribe and let's jump straight into it.
Hey, Steph.
Baby, go.
Nah, not the baby. I hope she don't literally mean a baby, bro, because you gotta understand, like, moms be saying my baby, and you could be 22 years old. I hope she not talking about a literal child, bro.
Is your grandson lying there dead on the couch? Look at that.
No.
Look at that.
Damn.
No.
I prayed with your daughter over your dead grandson.
When a 5-year-old
He
boy
pissed.
suddenly dies under mysterious
He
circumstances, investigators in Dayton, Ohio desperately search for an explanation.
What's more important to you? Someone getting in trouble or the fact that your grandson is dead? Then prove it or walk out that door.
The following report is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. On the morning of Saturday, March 30th, 2024, Dayton dispatchers receive a chilling 911 call.
A child had died in his sleep. He went to sleep as he is. Please come, please.
Ma'am. What is going on with your child?
He laid down, went to sleep, and I was on the couch with him. Me and my he's my grandson, and he won't wake up. He's
That ain't no explanation. What happened?
I wiped his nose.
What went down? Why isn't he waking up?
He didn't move.
Okay, ma'am, how old is he?
5. I was babysitting him, and he's cold as ice. He's cold. He won't move.
There's no breathing at all or anything?
No, nothing at all. Oh, please. I called his mom. She's on her way. Oh, God. Is somebody coming?
Yes,
Somebody
Stephanie. Was
coming?
that Stephanie? As soon as we could come, we had help on the way, okay?
Okay.
We're going to do what we can.
Nah.
Okay, thank you.
Nah,
Child would
don't
later
let me
be
find
identified
out
as
she had
5-year-old
something to do with
Charles
it, bro.
Anthony Brown. Police and paramedics arrive to the scene, but it quickly becomes clear that the young boy is beyond any hope of resuscitation.
It's other two.
Nah.
Hey, Steph. When was the last time you saw him?
10 or 15 minutes ago, did not call you.
No. When was the last time you saw him moving?
He went to sleep, and then we all went to sleep. Then I slept on the couch.
What time was that?
About, I can't remember, about
How you don't remember?
10 or 11, so.
10 or
What?
11 last night? Yeah. Okay.
An officer speaks with the child's grandmother,
This is your
58-year-old
grandson.
Stephanie Shanks, who was babysitting the 3 grandchildren while their mother was at work.
Does he have any health issues or anything?
No, he wasn't, nothing.
Okay, and you said you saw him last night?
Yes, about 10, I mean, he wouldn't have position.
This shit is wild,
And that's where he
bro.
was at, and then I seen some.
So when you saw him, he was sleeping?
No, I got up this morning, I wiped his nose, and something coming out his nose.
Okay, so about
And I
10 this
wiped it, the
morning?
stuff is still in the toilet. I put it in the toilet, I didn't flush it. And
Okay.
he didn't move, he didn't move. And I called his mama,
And how old is he?
5.
5 years old, bro.
Oh, his mama
5. The fuck?
Is this brother and sister?
That's his twin.
They're twins?
Yes.
How old are they?
5.
She did
5.
something, bro.
Okay. And how was he?
3.
3?
Oh, he had nosebleeds, but that's it. That's it. He had no nosebleeds or nothing. He had nosebleeds.
Charles' sudden death leaves officers searching for answers, but any hope of an explanation must wait for investigators who are on their way to the scene. For
She
now,
look evil
officers
as
outside
fuck,
share
bro.
their
I'm
thoughts
not
on the
gonna lie.
devastating situation.
Typically, I'm one to like jump offering to go. This was one that I really didn't want to.
Yeah.
I was like literally holding my breath, like, please don't, please don't. I knew it was coming.
I mean, I don't know who it is. I didn't see the kid.
Well, when you just had a kid, the last thing you want to do is go on a dead kid's home.
It don't get any easier.
Yeah.
We gotta wait for mom to get here, and then we gotta call mom down enough to get info on the kid. We only know his name.
Crazy, man.
They on into medical history. So stay with grandparents, right? They stayed the night here. They don't live here.
No, so they were just visiting, supervising the kid.
Probably babysitting someone go out, which is fine. I don't. Once we get the information, I'll call the coroner. I'm sure he'll want to come out. It's wildly unusual.
Suddenly, an unidentified male approaches the scene and is stopped by officers who've been instructed not to let anyone inside.
Hello. Do you know them inside of there? Yeah. How do you know them? Are you neighbors or something?
That's my girl. It's my girl kids.
Okay.
Stepdaddy or the real daddy? Which one are you, bro? Cause you finna be real pissed off.
Okay, who are you to them?
I'm her daughter's boyfriend.
Her daughter's boyfriend. So they live with the grandma.
Yeah, unfortunately, nobody can go in there right now. So.
Seconds later, the mother of the 3 children, including the deceased 5-year-old boy, races toward the home.
Why?
Sorry, you can't go inside right now.
I can't go inside.
Come here.
Please, I just want to see my baby. Please.
No. He said we're not letting her in.
Oh my God.
We'll have to talk to her. Huh? We'll have to talk to her.
He woke up like this. I don't know. Oh my God. Please let me go see my baby.
Before premature, is that correct?
32 weeks, yes.
Okay. Any other medical issues?
No.
No complications?
No,
or anything?
none.
Thank you.
Baby gone.
I'm sorry.
My baby gone.
Yeah.
Inside the house, the grandmother agrees to sign a consent to search the home, and investigators are brought up to speed on the situation.
Graham put him down in bed 10
That was a real nonchalant fucking way to let her know. Yeah. The fuck? Y'all ain't got no fucking nicer way you could have let her know, my nigga? Yeah. Fuck wrong with this guy,
Here, sleep on the couch. This morning before she called, she said she described it as a bloody nose. Wiped it up. The tissues are still in the toilet, and noticed he wasn't responding. Called 911. Just kind of looks like he aspirated.
Does everyone live here, or Grandma just babysit?
Grandma watches the kids every weekend, she says.
Okay.
She was sleeping on the couch with the 2 boys. She said the girl was asleep in the bed.
She was sleeping on the couch with them?
She said she was on the couch with the 2 boys.
After completing their search, investigators uncover a shocking clue that may explain Charles's sudden death, which lands Stephanie in an interrogation room. Before confronting her with their findings, they first question her about the events of the previous day. She explains that she usually watches the children every Saturday and Sunday while their mother works, but this time she took them in on Friday morning because their daycare was closed for Good Friday. She describes their day and evening as typical, where the children played in and out of the home until nightfall.
10 or 10:30 or 11, something like that. Little Charles came and said, "Mama, I'm tired, I'm sleepy." I said, "Well, get up on the couch and lay down and go to sleep."
What did he look like when he said I was tired?
He didn't really look, he looked tired in the eyes, but he didn't look like, nothing I would notice.
Was he acting weird? Was he like stumbling or maybe like nodding off?
No, he was just tired, just moving slow.
He wasn't nodding off?
No.
Okay.
Stephanie gives one of the investigators permission to go through her phone, while the other prepares to confront her with what they found inside her home.
Can you help me understand all the straws and stuff that are laying around? And the white powder and substances that are laying around?
Well, that was from me doing boy earlier then, but it wasn't me doing boy now.
Okay. You doing boy earlier as in when?
She a drug user, which I really can't blame the drugs, because there's a lot of grandmas out there, white, black, Mexican, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't really matter the race, that does drugs and still watch their kids. And this type of shit doesn't happen. So it gotta be like a mental issue or some shit, because it's plenty of people, and I'm not justifying it or saying that it's right by any fucking means, but it's a lot of people who do drugs that watch kids just fine. They understand that a kid is a kid. So what the fuck really going on? Like,
And just for clarification, boy is heroin, correct?
Uh-huh.
When on Friday were you doing
That morning.
That morning?
Before they got there.
What, around what time?
About 7. I had it that night, but I did it that morning. Because didn't know I had to watch the kids. I thought I had to watch them at...
I get that, yeah. You thought you had an extra day.
Yeah.
I get that.
So I did it.
Based on the evidence and her own admission, the investigator poses a devastating theory.
This baby done got into the goddamn...
I'll take Zesty Paws probiotics.
The baby got into the
makes
drugs,
my
bro.
tummy happy.
The baby
Bite
got
size,
into the
pet
drugs,
size.
bro.
I think that Charles overdosed.
No, he didn't overdose.
That's my suspicion. All right, now we're gonna find out some more when he goes to an autopsy. All right, we're gonna find out some more from his blood results.
But it wasn't nothing in there when he went in the bedroom. I had did it all. It was nothing but dust on the thing. That's all that was on there.
So when was he in there?
He wasn't in there. He was not in there. The little girl, she went in there late that night. It was gone in.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all off the
This
straws and
baby done
everything. I
did
made the
some
straws and
heroin,
money.
bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I did that.
When did you lick the
Crazy.
straws?
3 days before.
3 days before?
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, there was residue in the cigarette pack that you had with the straw on the table.
But it wasn't nothing in the cigarette pack. Honestly, I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah, you
And
had
here's the
crumbs
thing,
just
like,
laying
I
everywhere.
know that there might
Dumb
not
bitch.
be very much, or not an amount that you would ever pay for, or not an amount that you would consider to be anything. But you and I both know that drugs to an adult, drugs to someone who uses regularly, that's going to be a different amount than someone who's small. Now, you might have had it on your fingers, you might have had it on that table, you might have had it on other things. But the thing is that you regularly have heroin in that apartment. Is that accurate?
Yes, that's accurate.
Yeah. And
But
go ahead.
But it wasn't
She
nothing in
finna
there
get a
but
charge, bro.
dust in
She
there.
catching a
But how
charge.
could dust even do anything to him?
And so when we say heroin, it's not the heroin that we are talking about from, the 90s.
Okay.
There's so many different forms of opioids that are killing people, and ultimately we will probably find out that this is some type of fentanyl. So it doesn't, you don't have to have grams to kill micrograms, especially for someone who is only 30 pounds. It's a huge amount.
Despite the explanation, Stephanie still seems to struggle with accepting the possibility.
If we find that there's some heroin,
If you find it.
correct. If we find heroin in his body, would you agree with me that your actions are clean?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to do all that. We're going to pull his blood and we're going to identify what substances are in his body. Okay? But I can tell you that he didn't just die this morning. Based on how he looked, his body had already started to decompose. He had been dead for some time.
The investigator questions Stephanie about where she obtained the substances. She claims she purchased them from a man named Greg, but her reluctance to share more information about him causes the interrogation to grow increasingly more intense.
You want to give me some more information about Greg?
Well, I don't know him that well.
How did you get a hold of him?
This bitch trying to take up for the plug, and this nigga done sold you some fentanyl that you done let your grandson get into, and now he done took it, now he done OD'd, and now you in a fucking interrogation room, and you sitting here trying to justify for this motherfucking man. Are you serious, bitch? Crazy, right?
Here's the thing. Here's kind of what's going to change my opinion about you, okay? And I'm just going to be real honest, all right? Because I saw your daughter's broken heart when she saw her deceased, her dead son, who had been dead for hours, okay? I saw your grandson who had been dead for hours.
Hours earlier, neighbors, friends, and family stood witness to the grieving mother's reaction when her son's body was moved to the coroner's van.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Please, no, put me back there. No, put him back there. Get off of me. Get off of me.
Stephanie gives investigators a street name but no exact address, along with a vague physical description. However, a startling discovery on her phone shifts the investigation dramatically. casting doubt on everything she said about Greg.
On your phone, who is Bonk HD?
I don't know who that is.
And you called somebody named Bonk/HD.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
You called him 4 times yesterday between 7:40 a.m. and 11 a.m.
As one investigator
The nine
steps out
who
of the
you
room
don't
to
know
take a
who it
closer
is,
look at the
and
phone,
you call
the
them
other
4 times
continues
is
to press
crazy.
Stephanie for the truth.
On a certain level, I don't care about your drug habit. What I care about is Charles is dead. Charles is over at the coroner's office right now.
I believe that when I hear about from the autopsy.
Well, he's dead, right?
Yes.
He's dead.
Yes.
He died in your apartment.
Yes.
Okay? So if we're going to sit in here and talk, I want you to be truthful about things, or walk out that door.
Okay, I just looked at the phone. You text Bonk HD as well to buy heroin.
The what?
To buy heroin. You're really starting to make me mad again. The store's always open. Like he's totally been done a phenomenal job telling you that you can walk out here anytime. You buy drugs with Bonk HD. You're lying. You being dishonest is not going to get you anywhere. There is a dead child.
Your grandbaby. For God's sake. I prayed with your daughter over your dead grandson. Your dead grandson, and you're lying about buying drugs. Are you kidding me? Do you love your grandbaby?
Bitch going to jail.
Do you?
Shit got me
Then
mad.
prove it. Or walk out that door.
Consistently you lie. And then we have to confront you with what we know, and then you tell us the truth. It doesn't matter. There's a
You worried about being in fucking trouble, like the fucking cake is in the fucking egg and the egg is cracked the basket, or however the fuck the saying goes. Bitch, you are cooked. Do you not, is that not going through your fucking brain? You're done. You're fried. You're finished. I'm sorry, it's over with for you, my love.
There's a dead baby.
The fuck?
You are trying not to get yourself in trouble, but we have to look at this. That is your grandson lying there dead on the couch. Look at that.
No.
Look at that.
No.
Because of your actions, and you're still sitting here trying to deflect the truth.
No, I'm not.
That is fuck, bro.
These lights are on.
No.
The truth will come out in this room.
That is fuck.
Someone will be held responsible for this dead.
Yeah, hurt. Bitch crazy, bro.
Child. It's unacceptable. And what frustrates me the most is that you are unwilling to take accountability for what has happened. You have given us partial truths. That's not okay.
With confusion over Greg and the mysterious contact in her phone, the investigator presents her a final ultimatum.
Here's the thing.
Insane, my nigga.
At the end of this, my partner and I, you, whenever you're done, we're gonna walk out of this room, all right? We're gonna go back to our families.
Stop all the fake ass crying, bro. Somebody need to smack this bitch. I hope her daughter smack her ass. If I was her fucking daughter or her son, I would have smacked that bitch. Even if I'm her son and my nephew died because of this shit, and it could have been one of my kids, I'm beating the fuck, man. Mama, if you watching this, I'm sorry. Please don't show my grandma. But lace fentanyl, my nigga. Bro.
Charles is over there alone.
Bro.
In a bag. And tomorrow morning, my partner and I are going to come in here on Easter morning, Resurrection Day, and we're going to watch the examiners examine your grandchild's baby, your grandchild's body.
Sad as fuck.
All right? I'm not worried about people getting in trouble and all this. All right? What I'm worried about is the truth, and actions have consequences. You know that. That's why you've been lying to us.
No, I've been lying because I didn't want to get nobody in trouble.
What's more important to you? Someone getting in trouble or the fact that your grandson is dead?
My grandson's dead.
Then prove it. or walk out that door.
Motherfucker.
Prove it, or walk out. Or we can close this door, and we can talk about the truth for the sake of Charles over there, who's alone. What do you want to do?
Choosing to stay, Stephanie finally reveals the truth.
He's my regular drug supplier.
He's your regular drug supplier. So I can ignore what you said about Greg at the store?
Yeah.
That was a lie?
Yes.
Okay. So yesterday you had the case?
Yes.
And you had got some drugs in the morning before they were there?
Yes.
But then you tried to get more drugs?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What was different that you were trying to get more drugs?
Because
and the kids were there?
Because I wasn't feeling too good. I wasn't feeling well.
Like dope sick?
Yeah.
Despite her admission, the only way to be certain is to review the results of Charles's autopsy and toxicology report.
You know, science takes a minute, right?
Yeah.
So when we get those results, when we get your results and it says that, you know, that you have maybe some heroin and some fentanyl in your system, you're not going to be surprised, right?
No.
When we find that in the system, what are you going to tell me? What are you going to tell Charles?
That I had my fault. I killed him.
A post-mortem toxicology report for 5-year-old Charles Anthony Brown ruled his cause of death as intoxication by fentanyl and other illegal substances.
Damn.
According to his death certificate, the approximate time between the onset of exposure and death would have been minutes. On his death certificate, the manner of death is listed as an accident. 58-year-old Stephanie Shanks pleaded guilty to felony involuntary manslaughter, as well as 2 misdemeanor charges of endangering children.
This shit is crazy, bro. Very fucking crazy. Imagine the odds, my nigga. Damn, grandma. Now your ass finna do 10. You already 60. You not, that's life. You're dying in jail. I'm sorry. So 2 lives gone behind your goddamn heroin dope addiction. Can't do no heroin in prison. I'm sorry. You cooked. I mean, some prisons, but I don't know how it works in female prisons. I don't know if they be getting shit across the guards like the men do. But y'all drop y'all comments and y'all feedback on the situation down below, man. Follow your boy on the ground. The link is in the description. And I'll get at y'all in the next video, man.